Hey folks, Brandon and Logan here, and we just wanted to give you a little special information input before we get to today's episode. We're going to talk about Turtle Tabs by Bova Books.
Turtle Tabs by Bova Books. You should get yourself some right now. What they are is they are a 3M laminated plastic tab that you can put into your books. For the 2024 books, they have the Monster Manual, the Player's Handbook, and the Dungeon Master Guide. They got the same equivalent for the 2014 books. They are so dang useful and so easy to install. I installed these ones on this book, and you can tell that they just look like they're meant to be there.
Exactly.
They come with a ruler, essentially a installation guide. That's what it's called, the alignment card, that you basically set it up next to the book, figure out where that tab needs to go, install it. They are numbered for the page. They are labeled, so you know just on a glance where you need to flip to. For instance, on the Player's Handbook, you have Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, spells, feats. It's
perfect.
Yeah, it's so easy to use, and more importantly, it's very efficient. Multiple times we've demonstrated it here on our show where we'll come up with across a rule question, and he can find it in the using the turtle tabs faster than I can Google the answer. It's that great. So be sure to check yourself out. Check yourself out for one, but then also check them out at Bova Books, the turtle tabs for the Dungeon Master's Player's Handbook and Monsters Manual.
Yeah, and they're color coded too, just to add more. So it's really easy once you start to kind of like recognize the colors as you jump through it. So you're easy, if you're looking for rules or something in the back, you're jumping to like the green or the red or the blue looking for equipment. The adhesive that they use is permanent. It's super strong. Logan has held up the book several times by one of these. Now that being said, you do have a little bit of leeway when you stick it on there so you can move it, get it in the right place, and close it, and it's not going to come off. I mean, we've had these on these books now for, well over 8 months, I think, at this point. And it's in and out of my backpack multiple times a week, between playing D&D, pulling out at home, when we're here, and they still look great. Like, you can't even tell the difference. The book has more wear on it than these tabs do, and the tabs, obviously stick out a little bit. So they look phenomenal.
Yeah.
So why are we telling you this? Because if you like the video and you comment below the word Paladin in general, I just want you to say Paladin in the comments below, and then you go follow us on TikTok, you're going to be entered in to win these potential turtle tabs right here. And we're giving away the 2014 Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master's Guide ones. So you get both of them. So if you've got the old books at home and you're still using them, not quite moving to 2024, don't plan on moving to 2024, would just like to have them because you still love to play 5e, we're going to give them to you. You can win. You get a chance to win. How cool is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So be sure to like, comment, and then go follow us on TikTok, and you'll be entered.
Bova Books, thank you so much for your continued support of the show. We appreciate the ability to do this giveaway. Thank you. And I think without further ado,
let's get on to this episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Long Rest. I'm Logan.
And I am Brandon.
And today, we're going to be doing another class video. This class video is all about Paladins. Tell me all about them, Brandon.
Paladins are they're oath takers, sometimes oath breakers. They are, dare I say, glorified knights that fight for a cause in the most simplistic way possible.
Yeah.
Is that an easy way to say it?
No.
I mean, they are somebody that vow an oath to a god or an entity, kind of depending upon the scene of your gameplay, but they take that oath and they uphold it, and they gain their power through those traditions and through that oath. Now, if you go across your oath, certain things can happen, and they're interesting. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which if you
pretty evil.
If you've played Baldur's Gate 3, you probably have done it very easily.
Probably.
Anything else you'd like to add in that? That's a very simple way to put a paladin.
It's a paladin is just a very cool mix of a fighter, a very proficient fighter, mixed with a bit of a spellcaster.
Yeah.
So you are a half caster, but at the same time, you're going to be a frontliner.
Yeah.
So.
Which in the new one, you can actually get some range in there.
Yeah.
With the way that the new smite works, so you could actually little quotations there, ranger action.
Yeah, very true. No,
so
100%.
It's pretty neat. It's
So,
in nature.
with that in mind, our paladin for the day is going to be Victoria.
Hello,
She
Victoria.
is a dragonborn. We've got her at level 1. So just to clear things up, her proficiency bonus is going to be a +2, standard across the board. Which means, as a level 1 paladin, what do we get?
Starting off right away, your hit dice is a D10. You get the juicy D10,
Hit dice D10.
which means you're going to roll it every single time you level up. Every single time you take a short rest when you're trying to regain those hit points.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one to have.
Yeah, absolutely. That means you are going to have a lot more hit points than many of the other classes. Like I said, you're going to be a frontliner, more than likely.
Yeah, why not? Why would you not want to be?
Yeah.
With that being said, our saving throw proficiencies are wisdom and charisma.
So for wisdom saving throw, we're going to give ourselves a proficiency mark, and then charisma a proficiency mark as well.
And when it comes to skill proficiencies, we get to pick 2 of the following. We can either pick athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, or religion.
Okay. For my paladin, I think she would be good at religion and persuasion.
I like that.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of makes sense. Let's see. Religion is underneath the intelligence, and then persuasion is underneath charisma. Excellent. Okay, what next?
Now to some juicy sides of things. We get to our weapons and armor.
Yes.
And guess what? You don't get to skimp on anything because we are proficient in simple and martial weapons equals all weapons.
Yep.
And you get to the armor side, light, medium, heavy, shields.
You sure do.
You can write all again through that if you would like to.
We did make a major mistake.
We made a mistake.
Yes. Technically, simple and martial, I don't believe includes firearms. If firearms are in your game. So.
That's fair. That's fair. I would. Hey, a holy pistol wielding paladin sounds very cool.
That's
Somebody
Van
make
Helsing.
one. Put that down below. We'd love to see it. Oh yeah, yeah.
But on a serious note, so we get proficiency in armor of light, medium, heavy, and your shields.
And lastly, your starting equipment. This is something that we always say that you should be talking to your dungeon master with or for, and making sure that it fits the setting and your character. But to the books options, you have 2. Option A, chainmail, a shield, a long sword, 6 javelins, your holy symbol, a priest pack, and 9 gold pieces. Or option B, 150 gold pieces.
Yeah.
No small change.
Nope, not at all. That'll help you at least buy some armor and hopefully some weapons too. So, once we get our base of the character, we do have multi-class requirements. So, for instance, if you wanted to multi-class outside of being a paladin, you have to have a minimum of 13 in your strength score and a 13 in your charisma. Those are your primary abilities. Paladins are what we would call MAD classes, multiple ability dependent. So you definitely got to manage your ability scores if that's something you do want to multi-class out of. And more importantly, if you are going to multi-class out into it, probably do something that is heavy in strength or charisma.
Yeah.
So
makes perfect sense. And I'm just not a big multi-class guy, but hey, teach your own. Teach your own.
I have a hard time staying in one class at all times.
It's tough because you just miss out on some really cool stuff, it seems like.
You do. That's a video in and of itself.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
what we do need to do is actual ability scores.
Yes, sir. That's what I was going to go into.
So we talked about the fact that you are multiple ability dependent. I keep stumbling over that. Obviously, strength and charisma are going to need to be higher in your stat scores.
For sure.
And then, of course, if you're a frontliner, you're fighting up front, you need constitution.
Yeah.
So with our standard array, we're going to start off with 15. 15, you really can pick and choose between any of those 3. Do you want to have more hit points? Constitution. Do you want to be stronger? Do you want to hit harder? Strength. Do you want to be more charismatic? Do you want to have a higher spell save DC? Or any of your magical abilities? Do you want those to be more potent? Charisma. Victoria, I really feel like she's higher in charisma. So
Let's say if she feels very much,
yeah,
I like that idea.
we're going to go a score of 15 for the charisma. That makes that modifier a +2. So saving throws, she gets +4. Deception, +2. Intimidation, +2. Performance, +2. And persuasion, since we have that proficiency, is a +4.
Correct.
Next, that leaves us with our 14. It'd be a toss-up between strength or constitution. Honestly, I'd kind of probably lean constitution.
Yeah, I say constitution works well.
Yeah. So constitution is going to be our 14, which means that's also a +2. So saving throws to constitution is a +2. Next, 13.
So I'd go straight to strength.
Absolutely.
Makes the most sense. You're going to be hitting something.
I was going to say, you're going to need strength at the end of the day for wielding armor.
Yes.
Or wearing armor, I suppose, and your attacks.
Which is important, because if you do want to wear heavy armor, and this is where your paladin might rank differently in your scores, you will need a 15 in your armor.
That is very true. Yeah.
So
this is very, very true. So with that in mind, we gave 13 to our strength score, which is a +1 modifier, and then +1 to the saving throws and your athletics.
Yeah.
After that, we start taking off into the abilities that are not going to be most pertinent to the class.
Right.
This is really where you flavor out your character for what they're really good at, or what they're okay at, and what they're not good at all. Honestly, I feel like Victoria is probably lower in dexterity than the other options, so I think wisdom is going to be where I'm going to put the 12.
Very good.
So with the 12, that's going to be a +1 modifier. That means she does get a +3 to the saving throws since she's got the proficiency. And then animal handling, insight, medicine, perception, and survival are all +1s. The next one would be a 10. We're going to put that in intelligence. So that's a old goose egg +0. Saving throws for intelligence is a +0. Arcana, history, investigation, and nature are all +0. With that religion proficiency that we took from the startings, this is a +2. And then that leaves our dexterity as an 8.
She's strong. She's just not very quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Actually, she'll talk you to anywhere first. She'll talk her way out of the box.
Exactly. Who needs to roll dexterity saving throws when you can just ask the dragon, please don't fire breathe on me?
Yeah. I like that idea.
So that makes your modifier for dexterity a -1. Saving throws, acrobatics, sleight of hand, and stealth, all -1. I mean, if you're walking around in shiny armor as a paladin, of course you're probably not going to be the most dexterous, maneuverable, or stealthy by any means.
Yeah.
So don't take Victoria on your stealth missions.
Yeah. No, true. And disclaimer, obviously you're going to have some additionals from like your species/racial abilities.
Yep.
There's going to be some other things from your backgrounds and such.
Yes.
So there are some other things that we'll add to those to make them higher. But given where we're at right now, we just want to give you a good base.
Yeah.
So that takes us right into level 1.
Level 1. So level
Ready?
1, the very first thing that you do get is lay on hands as a paladin. What that means is you have a pool of hit points that you can dole out within a range of touch, yourself included. What that is 5 times your paladin level is equal to that pool. So say you're level 1, as we are right now, you get 5. By the time you get to level 10, that's going to be 50. You can use that to restore hit points up to whatever that pool is, and you can pick and choose however much you want to do at any time. If you just want to give them 1, sure, a little stingy, but hey, if you want to give them all 5, all 50, whatever it is, you definitely can. The biggest thing with those is if you spend 5 of those lay on hand healing points, you can cure the poisoned condition. Although, if you do that, it does not heal any hit points.
Correct.
It only cures poison. So
Correct.
you would spend it, don't heal hit points, cure the poison. Good to go.
Yep.
So that's our lay on hands ability. You get more at level 1 though.
Yeah. You get spellcasting.
You sure do.
Now, spellcasting, you are half caster, so it'll be obviously a little slower progression.
Yep.
Through the levels 1 to 20, but you'll eventually reach level 5 or 5th level spells, if you will. But starting out, your spellcasting modifier is based off charisma. So
Yes.
Victoria, in our instance, will be will be stronger with her spellcasting ability.
Yeah.
So there are some really good benefits to that. That being said, This one blank. What I was going to say, charisma.
You get.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up where you
Thank
dropped
you.
it. So there is a table for the paladins that
Yeah,
describe
that's where I was gonna go. Prepare
how
spells.
many spell slots you have and of what spell level. So that kind of helps you figure out what you're picking and choosing at each level. If you get a new spell, obviously on level ups is when you can change those spells, because for paladins, you're locked into those spells. You can't willy-nilly change them on long rest like clerics and druids.
Negative. Negative.
What?
They're prepared spells.
What?
Yeah.
Am I fully wrong?
You are fully wrong, sir, which is fine.
Oh no.
Paladins do have prepared spells, so they do actually, after a long rest, get to change their spells.
Oh my goodness. You're sure right.
Yeah, there's a lot of information in Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah.
It's all right. No big deal. But you do get to prepare your spells. So, and it is nice when you're a half-caster because you can take the situational spells when they're needed. You really don't get too many. So starting off, you only get 2 spell slots, and those spell slots really don't grow very much that you get to know. So it is nice to be able to swap them out.
Yeah.
And you're going to use them pretty frequently because the way that the new smite works, you're going to use them pretty normal. So.
Yeah. So just know in the back of your mind, spells are probably not going to be your priority. They'd more than likely be there more for flavor. Not really flavor, but more as like situational based spells. So
yeah.
Moving past spell casting, one more thing to touch on is that you can use your holy symbol as a spell casting focus.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Other than that, my bad on about prepared spells. That was news to me, truthfully. So
yeah.
And I read this about 10 minutes ago. So
you also unlock weapon mastery.
I was gonna say there's still level 1. It's not done.
No, it's not done. So you unlock weapon mastery. So your training allows you to master the weapon properties of 2 different kinds of weapons of your choice, proficiency such as like the long sword and javelin. So whenever you finish a long rest, you can change the kinds of weapons you choose, and you can switch the mastery properties to maybe a halberd or flail, as the book says.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility in your fighting style, depending on what combat's getting thrown at you or what you can prepare yourself for.
Yeah, so really we're kind of setting up here for, if you know you're going into battle, Paladin is a very good choice if you like that strategic outpush.
Yeah.
And have the ability to have different kind of weapons, at least a few, maybe in a bag of holding, but being able to get your spells ready, change your weapon masteries, get that two-handed because you want that pushback or knockdown, and get the right spells for it. Yeah. There's a lot of strategic options here with the Paladin.
Oh, absolutely.
Take us to level 2, sir.
We get to level 2. With level 2, you do get to choose a fighting style. Of course, these standard fighting styles are at your disposal. Those are listed out in the book. Those would just be based upon how you do want to fight. However, Paladins do get their own special fighting style that you can choose, and that is called a Blessed Warrior. You can learn 2 cantrips from the Cleric spellcasting spell class list. So you can pick those 2 cantrips. At a level up is when you can change those. I do know that one for a fact. At a level up, you can replace one of those cantrips for another cleric cantrip, but they are there for your casting, because I don't believe otherwise you get any cantrips as a paladin.
Let me check the thing. No, it does actually not say you do cantrips. It's first level spells only.
So that is a very easy way, especially for Victoria here, who has a higher charisma modifier, to be a little bit more effective. You can pick something like Sacred Flame or Holy Word, for instance, and be able to deal a little bit more damage because you have your spellcasting modifier as opposed to just hitting. Gives you a little bit of range, a little bit more utility. So that's available to you if you do not want to choose your typical fighting style, like dueling.
Which I could read those off.
Yeah, please
do. I did
do.
pull them up to the books just so we can name them off here. Your typical fighting styles are archery, blind fighting, defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, interception, protection, thrown weapon fighting, 2-weapon fighting, and unarmed fighting. So those are at your disposal. You have everything now at your disposal, plus being able to be kind of a more spellcaster based.
Correct. So. Now, with level 2, you also get the Paladin's signature ability, Divine Smite.
Yes.
This is a huge change from 2014. Divine Smite used to be spending a spell slot to use the feature. Now in 2024, Divine Smite is an actual spell. So you would prepare it. Actually, you always have it prepared. Sorry. There are other smites that you can prepare, however.
Yeah.
But aside from that, your Divine Smite, you spend a spell slot, you get to use it. You get extra damage on each hit. Those are perfect for when you hit a crit. Or if you just want to deal out extra damage. Because at any point, you can say, you hit. After you hit is when you can cast Divine Smite. You don't have to waste it, most importantly. So
Correct. And it is important that the book does state in 2024 that you can cast it without expending a spell slot.
Once per long rest.
Yeah, once per long rest.
Yes.
Correct. And then it regains it. So you do get a freebie.
Correct. Would you do us a favor real quick? Would you look up the spell for Divine Smite itself? Because obviously it is radiant damage whenever you deal it. But on top of that, you can upcast it. So not just at a first level, which will deal that base level, you can deal more damage if you cast it at a higher level.
Quicker, faster.
Did you find it?
Yes. Divine Smite. Bonus action, which obviously lets you take the immediately after hitting a target with a melee weapon or an unarmed to strike. Range of self, so that is important. This does need to be something that you cannot, or need to be within melee. Can't do this from a range.
Yep.
The target takes an extra 2d8 radiant damage from the attack. The damage is increased 1d8 if the target is a fiend or undead. Moreover, it increases by 1d8 per level it's increased.
Yes.
So we all know true and well that good old natural 20 hit, drop the highest level spell slot you have for that smite, and hopefully you've got a two-hand weapon or something with a d12, 2d6, something, and you were rolling so many dice that your dice box cracks when it drops. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely the Divine Smite is going to be where you're probably going to be spending most of your spell slots.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're situationally probably going to use spells, but like you get to pump a lot of damage out, and you kind of get to hold them when you need them to, and that's the beautiful thing about a Paladin is I don't have to waste it for the hope that, I cast Divine Smite, I rolled a natural 1, well, there goes that spell slot.
Yeah.
I mean, you are the only class that allows you to go, I know I hit.
Yeah.
I get to spend this knowingly with the additional damage.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
So, finally past Divine Smite, you're level 3 now. Level 3, of course, is when you do get to choose your subclass. So, what are our subclasses, Mr.
Our
Brandon?
subclasses are Oath of the Devotion, Oath of Glory, Oath of the Ancients, and Oath of Vengeance.
So, most importantly, I guess not most importantly, they do not quite yet have Oathbreaker in the player's handbook. So,
yeah, correct. I think it does go over it, breaking your oath, but I don't believe it actually has in the player's handbook any information furthermore about subclass features and such not. So,
yeah. So,
at level 3, though, you also do gain your Channel Divinity feature.
You sure do.
Which this is going to be a pretty useful feature. So let me read it off here to make sure I get everything correctly. When you cast Channel Divinity, using it fuels the magical effects. You start with 1, and then which is Divine Sense, which is described as below. Why would they not just describe it?
Divine Sense.
Yes.
As a bonus action, you can open your awareness to detect celestials, fiends, and undeads.
Don't think of 2.
So for the next 10 minutes until you have for the next 10 minutes or until you have the incapacitated condition, you know the location of any creature type within a 60-foot radius of yourself. You also know the creature type. So obviously what you got to do is go to the king's house and make sure he's not a fiend.
Yeah.
This is a really cool ability, honestly.
Yes.
Because at any point you can walk into a situation meeting someone, and if they're not who they say they are, you're going to be the first to know, which is very fun because you get a secret little insight to make sure that you guys are in the know and that other person is not pulling a fast one on you.
Additionally, so you do get 2 of them, and eventually according to the table, at level 11, you will get a third one. So you do get one more throughout the whole time, but not a whole lot. So you do kind of have to use them, not sparingly, but important decision times. And once you have your subclass picked out, as you level up, you will get other divine senses associated to that subclass.
Correct.
So you will have some flavor and other options too. It's not just going to be divine sense.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. There is one little extra feature with the divine sense. You can detect any hallowed area. So if it's desecrated or consecrated, any object or place that is desecrated or consecrated, you would know where it's at within that 60-foot radius of yourself.
Yeah.
So
Could
use that as you need.
Yeah, it could be useful. Which takes us to level 4, is our standard ability, score improvement or feat. So get there, get your stats up.
Yep, absolutely. Gives us into level 5. This is a huge power spike because you get your extra attack. Sadly, you can only use your bonus action once per turn, so that does mean you have to use your smite sparingly at the end of the day, but you still get attacked twice.
Yes, we get double the options now.
Yep. You also get Faithful Steed. So what that means is at level 5, you can cast the Find Steed spell without using a spell slot. And you regain that ability to do so on a long rest. So at any point, you can summon Noble Steed to you and just ride off into the sunset like the knight in shining armor that you always dreamed to be.
That is a very interesting class feature.
Yeah, I love it, honestly.
I don't really feel like across the board, there's nothing quite as specific and open-ended as just being able to cast Find Steed without any repercussions of anything. No spell slot, nothing. Summon a horse, and then it's just a class feature, you know?
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool, by all means.
I love it.
Could be quite useful.
Yeah.
Any chase scene immediately, just being able to pop open a steed and go to town and catch whoever you're chasing. It's pretty interesting.
Right. That or being able to travel. Especially early on, I think we've all been in that situation where you guys are trying to figure out how to get from town to town, and the druid's not high enough level to teleport you or walk through trees. Wizard can't teleport yet. You can't wind walk. And so you're trying to figure out how to get between point A and point B, and everybody's got the logistics of, well, the druid can turn into a deer and carry one medium creature or 2 smalls, so you 2 team up, and then we need these people, we got to go buy horses. And then the paladin just says, nope, let's get out of here, boys.
Yeah, you just need 1 carriage.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
You know?
Oh, that's cool flavor too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just you have a random carriage, but you never have a horse because the paladin takes care of it. Especially when it's free every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I know that spell has, I think, a time limit, I'm sure. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it probably does.
Yeah.
8 hours or something. But
I'm not 100% sure.
I digress.
Yeah. On to level 6, you get Aura of Protection. This one is huge because that basically means anybody within a radius of you of 10 foot, you emanate an unseen aura that boosts not only yourself, but also everybody within 10 feet of you. You get a bonus, and everybody within that radius gets a bonus to their saving throws, all saving throws, equal to your charisma modifier. So Victoria here, investing in charisma, is really going to be bolstering her allies.
And it is interesting. I do not know in 2014 if they specifically said it, and maybe I just don't remember, but I always remember people saying, let's stack Paladins so you can get multiple auras. And in 2024, it specifically states that you can only benefit from 1 aura at a time.
Yep.
The receiver gets to choose. So I guess we left out the part where when you have your subclass, you will have another feature associated with this aura. There will be something else tied to it.
Yep.
That's flavored to that subclass, of course. So if you were stuck in between 2 paladins as your allies here in your party, you'd be able to choose which one in that moment you'd be able to need or want.
Yeah.
So which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
So
past level 6, you get to level 7. That is classically a subclass feature.
Then to level 8, another ability score improvement and or feat.
You got that right?
Then to level 9, which is Abjure Foes. So as a magic action, you can expend one of the class's channel divinities to overwhelm foes of your awe. With your awe, excuse me. And as you prevent your holy symbol or weapon, you can target a number of creatures equal to your charisma modifier, minimum of 1, of course, that you can see within 60 feet of yourself. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the frightened condition for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. So while frightened, of course, creature is going to have to move away from you. It's going to have disadvantage on its attacks, can't willingly move towards you, and it's going to, sorry. The rest of it's just talking about frightened. So
Yeah.
I'm just giving the definition anyways.
However, this frightened is a little different. While frightened in this way from this feature, the recipient of that frightened condition can only do one of the following on their turn, and that is move, attack, action, I suppose, or bonus action.
Correct. Yes, that is true.
So it puts a huge hamper on their ability to do anything. It's more than just the frightened condition.
Yeah, and it really benefits you to say, okay, I really should put points into my charisma, because if you can affect multiple enemies, not allies, but affect multiple enemies in this way in a big fight, that is a game changer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I couldn't even imagine being able to turn away 5 people and impeding their ability to move or attack that much. That's huge.
And moreover, that enemy doesn't have to roll a saving throw.
No.
It's an automatic.
Yeah.
So you just get to pop a channel divinity and say, I need these 4 guys to be Paladin frightened from me.
Yeah.
And with a fight just immediately change. Now, obviously, if they take damage, it is going to limit something. But in that right situation, it might just help get the party in the right position on the battlefield, and it's fine to take damage, you know?
Pause. I was reading that over.
Did I skip
It's
one?
your turn to be wrong.
Thank you.
You do have to force a wisdom saving
yeah,
throw
it is.
against them. Luckily, wisdom is definitely not the highest stat for enemies.
Yeah.
So you still get a good chance for them to fail. And then you got your trusty bard that always travels with your paladin that can silvery barbs him. So there you go.
Sorry.
But it does force a saving throw.
Yes.
Brandon was wrong. I was right.
Yes, very much so. I did. Yeah. I knew it. I thought it did. And then I read through that and I must have skimmed that in my head. And I go, well, that's crazy that there's no saving throw. You take 5 enemies and just go, hey.
As soon as you said that, I was like, dang, that
sense.
Sounds really powerful. I don't know if that's really the truth.
Yeah,
but,
at a level 9, you can just do anything you want to. So
yep, absolutely.
Makes sense. Okay.
DM discretion.
Excuse me. My dilemmas. Please take us to level 10, Logan.
All good. Level 10, you get a extra bonus to your aura that you create. So it's still within 10 feet radius of yourself, but you and any of your chosen allies within 10 feet of you cannot suffer the frightened condition. That's huge.
Yeah, it is big.
It's a game changer, especially on creatures that depend upon that frightened condition.
That need those.
Yeah.
Which takes us to level 11, and you unlock Radiant Strikes. Now you just get to add a D8 of radiant damage on every single hit you do.
You sure do.
Just pump the dice up a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So not only are you getting the D8 from your Radiant Strikes, you're also getting the D8 from Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus weapon. I mean, every single time you hit, everybody at the table's like, golly, how many points did you just say? And that was not a natural 20? Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah. And then you get that natural 20, and it's nasty.
Yes.
So, level 12. That takes us into once again your ability score increase and or feat. So, pretty easy one there. Get a pick and choose. Move right on to level 13. At level 13, you get nothing.
There's nothing.
There is nothing there. So
normal as we get to the higher levels.
Yeah.
You do have some free levels. And I will check the chart here. At level 13, you do get a 4th level spell.
Ooh.
So there probably will be a very good power spike there from a spell casting standpoint.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be sad about by any means.
No, not at all. Yeah. At a bare minimum, you can cast Divine Smite at 4th level now. So.
Yeah, which is very true. Yeah, 5d8. Excuse me.
Yeah, 5d8.
Yeah.
Plus your additional d8 from your Divine Strike, 6d8, and then let's just
insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a good time.
14, we get Restoring Touch. So when you use your lay on hands feature, you can also remove one of the following conditions from a creature. So you can remove a blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, or stunned. You must expend, of course, as Logan explained earlier, the 5 hit points from the healing pool for each of the conditions you remove, and then they don't restore hit points.
Yep.
The interesting part is, so you are level 14, so what is that times 5? That is 70 hit points. If somebody happened to have the worst luck in the world, and they were blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, and stunned, you could, for those 6, you could go drop 30 HP into them and clear them of all of the conditions. For each of the conditions you can clear. So you get to do all of them. You know, now kind of unlikely you're gonna have 6. You might have 2.
Yeah.
You know, you might get maybe a little crossover there on that, but like be able to pump 2 and then like clean somebody out. Like the barbarian gets stuck and you need him to be able to get back in the fight, or whatever, your wizard's comatose. You know, that's pretty neat.
I'm immediately thinking about a beholder fight. Because somehow or another, when you're fighting a beholder, you get smacked with every single condition under the sun.
Very true.
And that only hampers your dexterity saving throws, all your saving throws for whenever that terrible ray comes your way.
Yeah.
So that's a huge bonus right there, being able to clear 1 or more of any of those.
Yeah, that is a really neat class feature. I like that a lot.
It is. At level 15, you get a subclass feature. So whatever you chose at that point gets a little bit stronger.
16 is going to be our last ability score and improvement on our way to 20.
Yes, absolutely. Level 18 is aura expansion. That aura that you emanate as a paladin increases a range to 30-foot radius. That's huge.
To go 3 times?
Yeah.
30 feet is huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you really think about combat, most of everybody's probably going to be within that 30 feet, except for that cowardly wizard that's hanging out in the back. And probably the bard, too, because he's nowhere to be found except for the bard. So, otherwise, all your friends, no matter where they're spread out in that battlefield, you're going to be able to affect them. Huge, again. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah. The aura for the paladin is such a clutch feature. Don't let it go unnoticed.
No,
you'll be surprised when you get into battle how much it does make a difference. Especially when you get your subclass feature side of it, what that might entail. But just that one little bump that they might get from your charisma modifier inside that aura when you save somebody on that saving throws, and then now you just get to exacerbate that, and it's just taking up the entire battlefield. You go, oh yeah, we're fighting, guys. Everybody here now has a +5 to all your saving throws.
Yeah.
And you also get this other benefit. Yeah, it's gonna be, everybody's gonna go, yeah, you're the best.
Absolutely. In my mind, it basically gives those people proficiency in that saving throw.
Yeah, absolutely.
At a bare minimum.
Yeah.
You know, so
very good point.
The higher your charisma score is, the better it's going to be for everybody around you.
You're going to have people that potentially are on your team that have like mid-teens on saving throws.
This is true.
It's going to be disgusting.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah. Which runs us to level 19.
Level 19, classically, is your epic boon or feat that you get to choose. Obviously, this is talk with your DM territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
takes us to our capstone.
Just kidding. Kind of.
A little
right?
different. A little
yeah.
different.
As opposed to the other classes where the capstone is actually a class feature, the capstone for a paladin is a subclass feature. So depending on what subclass you chose, depends upon what your capstone ability really is going to be. When I stumbled across this, I had to do a double take. I thought my text was wrong. I was like waiting here going, where's level 20? Where's level 20? It should be here. And then I had to go to the subclasses. And makes a lot of sense.
And just for information purposes, I'm going to go ahead and read off the Oath of Devotion one.
Yeah.
Just so we get an idea of what we're looking at on these capstones. Now, of course, they're each going to be flavored to those subclass features. But for the Oath of Devotion, as a bonus action, you can imbue your Aura of Protection with Holy Power, granting the benefits below for 10 minutes or until you end it, of course. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until the end of a long rest. And you can also restore your use of it by expending a 5th level spell slot, which at level 20, we should just have 1. I'm going to clarify on the chart.
I do believe.
Oh, we have 2.
Oh.
We have 2, so you could theoretically do this 3 times.
Yeah.
If it came to it. So in this 10 minutes, you can have advantage. If you're in the aura, you can have advantage on saving throws you are forced to make by a fiend or undead. You can do radiant damage, which means whenever an enemy starts its turn in the aura, that creature takes radiant damage equal to your charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus, which you're level 20. So, I mean, you could be pumping out, 10 points of damage or more at that point. And you could also choose the option for sunlight, which the aura is filled with a bright light that is sunlight equivalent. So, in the grand scheme of things, one of the coolest capstones in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because it's flavored to the character, not the class. It's so much more specific, and that specificity, that word, makes it so much more special when you hit 20. You go, oh, I really feel the power, not just like getting one more attack, or being able to do kind of something a little more, every single druid can. That's strong.
Yeah.
In a 30-foot range, everybody, any enemy that enters, just taking 10 plus points of damage.
Yeah, this is true.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It really wants you to keep your allies close at the end of the day. However, I would say that's probably something you ought to be aware of, because one area of effect spell could wipe out a lot of people in one go. So as much as you want to draw people close,
yes,
be careful.
Your saving throws will help, but
this is true.
You don't want your whole party mad at you because you're like, hey, everybody stick on me. And your DM goes, well, it's crazy that all these red robe wizards are just wanting to cast Fireball.
Yeah.
And you guys are surrounded by just...
Yeah.
So, Paladins are pretty cool. Don't hate us for making mistakes. We're human by reading things. There's a lot that I like about a Paladin. It feels like they're well balanced along the levels too. Maybe it's because of that subclass feature where some of the other classes, once you hit level 11, it kind of feels like we start to trail off a little bit. Now, it did slow down, just a skosh, but it still felt pretty equal from start to finish.
Right.
So, what
I've kind of noticed just doing these class videos is the martial classes are stacked with features.
Yeah.
Absolutely stacked. The casters are spread thin. You get few features, but you get a lot of spells.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the half-caster territory, it's really where it's right in the middle ground.
It is.
You get a good spread of features that go throughout every level, except for, I think 13th was the only one that really didn't have anything. Yes. But you get 4th level spells. So even when you're not gaining a feature, you're still gaining something on the Paladins. And so it just keeps you having fun, keeps the play character interesting and dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you've played a Paladin in 2024, let us know what you thought, how you thought it lined up against other characters. Did you feel strong? Did you feel weak? What subclass did you go? Because I have not played a Paladin. Even through the 2014 side, I've played almost every other class through long-term campaigns, and I've not played a Paladin.
I very briefly played a Paladin for like...
He was a grung.
Yeah, it was like 3 sessions, and then...
Somebody had player remorse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good times. We've all been there.
But I have not played a Paladin either, in like a actual sense of level 1 and beyond.
Yeah.
Reading this really makes me think it'd be a very, very fun character to play.
Yeah, very much so. Hey guys, if you stuck around this much, we'd really appreciate it if you'd comment below and just start a conversation with us. Talk about the Paladins, talk about class features, what you liked about the video, what you'd like to see us do differently. We'll take all the criticism with a grain of salt and do our best to implement in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got to say thank you so much for joining us here. Obviously, this is our long rest video, so be sure, if you're not tuning in on Wednesdays, be sure you are, because that is where we actually do our long form Spelljammer based campaign currently while this is filming, but otherwise that is just our long form campaign based release day. So
we'll play one-on-one D&D more specifically.
Yeah.
So if you've ever been interested in that, we've kind of figured it out a little bit. If you know what I mean, like
I would say so. 60 episodes in.
Yeah. You probably hopefully you like it and tune into us. If you haven't, hit the like button, subscribe to us if you like us.
Yeah.
All of our socials are in the descriptions below, so you can check out all that stuff. The music you hear in the background is from the wonderful Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest. His information is down there below. If you've seen the art on any of our stuff, it's from Roll for Sketching. Check out her Instagram. It's down below. You can see time lapse of her drawing our stuff and other things that she has done along the way. Special shout out to Bova Books for their continued support of the show. Awesome.
And the final shout out, or not necessarily shout out, is just a humble reminder. We do have a Patreon. It's in the description as well. Be sure to check that out if you want to support us. That is more than we could ever wish for, and we really greatly appreciate it. So be sure to check the description because we got a lot going on here at Duos and Destiny. And otherwise, stay tuned.
Yeah. I think that's the end of today's episode of The Long Rest.
It is.
Folks, we'll see you.
See ya.